So this is the testimonial video, and Karan is kind enough to allow me to share the video, and then and he's gonna share his personal experience to the audience. But before he does that, I want to show what Karan looked like before, so the audience and viewer can appreciate not just the density, but the artistry, the hairline. Hair transplant is an art form as well, and you see how we load the hairline behind the temple, and look at that. Beautiful. Front view, front view. But you can appreciate the artistry and the density and the volume on the right side view. Look at that. And this side view as well. And the top view. So now I'm gonna leave the stage to Karan. And so why don't you start from the beginning, how hair loss affected you, and then how you did your research and find me, and why did you choose my clinic? And go ahead, start from the beginning.
Yep, sure. So I think this was like around 4 years back or so, maybe 4 or 5 years back, where I started losing hair, like gradually, it starts with a few hair falls and then it keeps on going increase and increase. And at some point I thought that, like, all my temporal, like this part and all is kind of getting, I don't know, like going away or something, like where I'm losing my hair here. And then I thought of, okay, like that's also sort of hit back on your confidence as well. Like, I don't know, like for some people, like hair is important, for some this not. Right. So for me it was hair was like one of the important factor. So then since I was losing the hair, so that also affects your confidence as well. And then after I started researching, like, what are the best surgeons here, like in California or in anywhere else. And then after I Googled it, I read a lot of Google pages, and then I found Dr. Diep, and I saw a bunch of YouTube videos that he has, where the actual, patients' testimonial and then their experience and everything that the Dr. Diep shows, that gives me confidence. Okay, these are not like fake or something. These are actually real patient, real testimonials.
Now you're on the other side now. Now you're on the video, right?
Yeah, I'm in the video. I never anticipated. I never thought of that I would be here, some kind of that.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I did my own research. I read, like, a lot of reviews from the other people, and not just Dr. Diep. I read other surgeons as well, because this is like something where I don't want to take a risk. Like the hair transplant, I feel like is is for me it's kind of a riskier, in the sense that you are doing something with your body, and if something goes bad here and there, because it's part of the skull and the head side. So I feel like, I want to do with the best surgeon. Sure. So I took my time to do some research and all those things, and then after, based on the reviews and based on the YouTube videos, a lot of stuff, I found out, okay, let's first of all meet Dr. Diep on how was the procedure and what's not, how do you want to do that, etc. So at that time I also didn't finalize that, I want to do with the Dr. Diep. So I want to first meet him, okay, I not want to get an experience, what his thought process is, what his experience, something like that. So I just scheduled like a rough interviews, like, with him on one day. And then we went go through, okay, what his hair transplant is, why do you want to do that, and all those things. And he educated me very well. And I liked his confidence, his like history and with the patients and whatnot. And then at the same time I decided, okay, like, I want to like do my hair transplant with Dr. Diep. So that's how I scheduled an interview, and that's how we like, again, started a surgery on one day. And then so on a surgery, it was kind of a one-day surgery from like in the morning till evening kind of a thing, because it's a long procedure. And also after surgery, he told me like what precautions I have to take, at least for some days, to make sure that grafts and everything, whatever has been implanted, to make sure that it takes time for the graft to grow properly. Right. So I took all the precaution. I had like frequent sync up with Dr. Diep. Great. And then after, so whatever he told me to take a precaution, I took all of those things. And then after, I mean, you see now, it's been 3 years, you see the effect. So overall, like, if I would say, like, my personal experience is super incredibly well. And like, whatever expectation I had, like, I want my graph to be like that way, I think Dr. Diep has made that well. So I think now even like the way he did it was incredible, because what I feel is like
It's
when
an
I talk to
art
my
form,
friends,
and
yeah,
it's
exactly. So when I talk with my friends, right? So they never thought of like I did my hair transplant. They said like, why did you do? I can't even think of that this is a hair transplant thing, because I think the way you did it, like was not very I would say
noticeable.
noticeable. Yeah, exactly. So it was more of a like very natural, like front
Exactly.
line. So even for other people it was hard to guess. Yeah, of course those who knows, they know like I did my hair transplant, but those who doesn't know, they can't even guess that yeah, I did my hair transplant. So even that also, as you were saying, like that also kind of an art, how you do the like
Yeah.
like the grafting and how you put all of the grafts. So I think that also went incredibly well. And
How's hair affected you? Did anybody, make a comment or compliment and all stuff about your, and
Yeah,
how
yeah,
did it
of
affect
course.
your personal
I
feeling and all that stuff?
Right,
as well?
right. Yeah, I think yeah. So for me, yeah, as I said, right, like hair was one of the like kind of an important factor. So for me, I think once I had my hair transplant, it gives me a little confidence. Okay, like because your personality kind of improve in one sense, because of like you wanted the hair that you have now. Kind of that thing, and then after friends also complimented that, though initially they didn't know that I had my hair transplant, right?
That's a great thing.
Yeah, exactly. But then they see that okay, the volume is good, and when I said that okay, I did my hair transplant like that, then they kind of notice okay, your hair volume kind of
Great.
it looks good and all of those things.
Yeah.
Because before though they haven't noticed that much, or maybe I haven't met them much enough, but yeah, like now after surgery, definitely they can see the improvement.
The confidence. Yeah.
Yeah, the confidence.
And I'm glad you touch up on the idea of being picky and find the right surgeon.
Right.
Okay, you don't want to go cheap, right?
Yes,
and you heard
exactly.
about people going Turkey, outside the country.
Right.
And most outside the country, we don't know if they're really doctor or not. And majority of the time, they are all technicians who operate on you. And technician can be anybody who work at Burger King or McDonald's, train for a few months, and then operate on you.
Exactly.
And then you cannot expect to have best result. And sometimes they will lie and say, okay, 6,000 grafts. Well, how come Dr. Diep? How come Dr. Diep like say only like for you 2,312 grafts?
Yes.
While outside they will say 6,000 grafts. It's not how many grafts you put in. It's how many grafts that grow out, right?
Yep.
And so that's really important. And read the thorough review, and that will help guide you to the right place and the right surgeon. But and as Karen allude to, it's not just about the review; it's about the objective proof.
Yes, exactly.
And what's the objective proof? He watched a lot of my YouTube video, and now he's on the other side. He saw a lot of guy, with the before and after, and the testimonial, and then that give him more confidence. That say, hey, this is the right place, and not just I heard about and a great review about him, but now his result really back up. And because this is your body. Right?
Exactly.
You cannot go cheap.
Exactly. You don't want to take a risk.
Yeah, it's not like a car or a toy. You buy cheap. If it doesn't work, you throw it away.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't throw your head away.
Right.
And so do it right, and do it with a surgeon who have a lot of experience. And a lot of surgeon, and not every surgeon are an artist. So you need a surgeon who have quite a bit of artistic skill. And like Karen right now, absolutely his hairline is one of my top 10 best natural hairline, because you can't tell you have had surgery. But not only the artistry behind it that frame the face better, and hairline lower hairline frame the face better, but bring back his handsome look and his youth as well. And of course you see the density is there, the volume is there, and then he just not only want to help himself, by watching other video in the past, but because those video help him, now he want to return the favor and help other Indian guy to say, hey, you know what, this you can't go cheap. You got to go to the best surgeon.
Exactly.
And then and now with the result is natural, and this is after 3 years, and it really affect his look, but it affect him emotionally and psychologically. It really brought back his handsome look, his youth. and his self-esteem as well. And Karan, thank you very much for
No problem.
allowing me to show the
Sure, no
full
worries.
face.
No
Because I know for Asian it's very difficult for us to find someone to allow to show the full face. Our culture, we are more conservative, but and hopefully that will help the viewer to appreciate the artistry of a hair transplant. Thank you.
Thank you.